We drove 2,000 kilometers in the new Polestar 2, and we're going to tell you why this is one of the best EVs on the market. We'll tell you how well it charges, how it differs from the previous version, and hear from some special guests giving their advice for optimum range and their top charging tips. About a month or two ago, I was talking to a bloke in a pub, a barstool warrior, you might call him, and he said electric cars can't drive long distances. So I said, hold my beer, Jason, I'm going to prove you wrong. And here we are, driving from London to the Alps in an electric car and back. We had an absolute blast bombing down the slopes and exploring all that the Alps had to offer. And if you'd like to watch our full video on the experience, it's linked below. But on our return journey, we realised we were coming up to 2,000 kilometres and 24 hours spent behind the wheel of the Polestar 2, and thought it best to reflect on just how impressive this machine really was. Why do we choose the Polestar 2? Well, various reasons. Awesome car, we've driven them before, and it charges fast. It doesn't just drive really fast, but it charges super fast, which is vital when you're going on very long road trips and you need to make sure that you're in and out of those charging spots as quickly as possible. On this trip, we had the pleasure of driving the long-range single motor. While the dual motor version would have been even quicker, what Polestar had provided us with was more than sufficient. However, these particular stats pale in significance to our final figure. It charges at 205 kilowatts, taking it from 10 to 80% in 28 minutes. This would be crucial on our journey, as we wanted to keep dwell times to a minimum, and let me tell you, I'm surprised reading that figure, it seemed much quicker. By the time we'd been to the toilet and grabbed a croque monsieur, the car was filled up and itching to get back on the road. The car was dropped off to us a few days before by the very helpful Nick, who kindly talked us through how to navigate the driving experience.
Very nice cars, very nice to drive. I'm sure you'll love driving it.
You would say that, you work for Polestar, but I totally agree. We've had one of these before. We've got the 82 kilowatt hour battery as well, so will it get us to France?
Yes.
What do you think might go wrong for us on a long road trip to France?
With the car? Nothing at all.
With us?
Probably too many drinks. So what it will do is it will calculate it and tell you that you need multiple charging points, but it will tell you where you can charge and how long you need to charge for to get to your destination.
Who's that mug?
It gives you reduced rates at charging stations.
Oh, thanks very much.
Our chargers of choice were the mighty Ionities, ultra-rapid chargers boasting up to 350 kilowatts of charging speed. That's pretty much as fast as it gets at the moment. Our route to the mountains was littered with these chargers, so we had a lot of choice when it came to pulling over for a break and getting a quick top up. To give you a bit of a benchmark, we left the Alps at 6 o'clock this morning. It's now nearly 3 o'clock and we're closing in on Calais. We're still 2 hours from Calais, but we've been gunning it. We've been, sticking to the speed limit. I think the tactics have been pretty spot on so far. Touch wood. It's just a really solid, well-built car. It's quick, it's got great tech. I think the camera dudes will definitely agree that this is a brilliant car. In fact, we've been fighting over who gets to drive it, so I think that's a bit of a litmus test. Okay, Callum's been driving the car for about 7 seconds. First impressions?
Best I've ever driven. I mean, already I'm comfortable. You know, I'm quite snug in this little cockpit. It's quite like about Polestars. Steering wheel's comfy, I'm cruising. I know I've got the power there if I need it. Yeah, it's lovely.
Would you swap your Citroen C3
Yes.
for the Polestar?
Yes. Silly question.
How are you enjoying the one pedal driving?
It's great. I've taken it like a dove to water, as the saying. Duck to water.
That's the dove to water. Exactly the same. Yes.
Practicalities aside, the updated Polestar 2 is definitely an object of desire. The main change would be a cheeky facelift to smooth out the wrinkles of the previous grille. We like it, but it has divided opinion when we asked others. Do you miss the old grille? Let us know in the comments. Other than that, we're big fans of the familiar, muscular and eye-catching haunches, super slick headlight design, perfectly complemented by its iconic light bar. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this electrifying content. Stepping inside and the quality of the interior is very evident. A beautiful Nordic style design really cements its premium finish. And while your kids may pepper the center console with fingerprints, there's not a single piece of scratchy plastic in sight. The seats are comfy, heated and ventilated, and you'll feel snug and secure in the front seats, cockpit-like style. I think I did a 3 and a bit hour stint this morning on the way down from Val d'Isère and wasn't tired at all by the end of it. The car does a lot of the heavy lifting. You've got auto steer, you've got adaptive cruise control. It's a comfortable place to be. There's not
a great deal of leg room. That's not a problem for me, but anyone over 6 foot is going to struggle in this car, I think.
After spending 24 hours in the 2, with it filled to the brim with ski and camera gear, not once did anyone complain about being cramped. This vehicle is supremely comfortable. And that leads us nicely to the boot. As previously mentioned, we really pushed the limit of what you can fit in this car. It has 405 litres of space with the seats up and 1095 litres with the seats down. If you choose this car, you'll be blessed with an extra 41 litres of space in the frunk or fruit, which was perfect for smaller bits like ski gear and of course charging cables.
My name is Ellis Spezia, and I'm an 18-year-old American electric racing driver. So one of the most important ways of extending your range as far as possible in an EV is drafting, full-on NASCAR style. Shake it back, buddy! Shake it before you bake it! Tucking right in behind other cars and using their energy that is breaking the air to sort of slide in that little vacuum pocket. And you can actually rest at almost half throttle and keep up surprisingly well. So when it comes to saving energy, that is number 1 on the list. Second up on the list is something you can do if there are no other teammates or cars to help you, and that's lift and coast. You can sort of keep the same speed by coasting into a corner rather than staying flat out right up until you have to stop. So on the highway, that could mean exit ramps, rolling up to stoplights as well, just using that regen to get some of that energy back into that battery pack. And final is tire pressure. Tire pressure in EVs and tires in general is very important. We're seeing EV specialty tires already coming onto the market, but jacking those pressures as high up as possible will lower the rolling resistance and let you go farther and yeah, just extend that range. We got to take every advantage we can get when we try and do those long distances, so I wish you the best of luck.
Jordan Brompton, the co-founder of My Energy, one of the most awesome home charger and solar. They do batteries, they do basically the whole ecosystems for your house, and she has come back with us with a brilliant tip.
Geordie says, numero 1, plan your stops in advance, but she does go off plan if hungry, needs a wee, or if there's a charger free. Take charge whilst it's there, even if you don't necessarily need it. She keeps the car in eco mode or high efficiency mode and books hotels with a charger because it makes life so much easier.
The tech's been really good. There's lots of cameras on this car, so reversing into tight spots, piece of cake. It hasn't got a head-up display, which I do love in other cars, but I haven't really missed it, and it's all in front of you there, and it just comes up with how fast you're going, your power, your percentage of battery, how many miles or kilometres you've got left. Even on the French roads, which I didn't realise, if it starts to rain, the official speed limit will drop a certain amount, but it tells you with a little button on the screen, you have to drop your speed to suit the rain conditions. Clever. Performance for this rear-wheel drive Polestar 2, excellent, really good. Handled brilliantly on the mountain. It feels as well like it just wants to go all the time. Like if I put my foot down now, you know you've got plenty of torque left in that battery, left in that motor.
While we didn't really take the opportunity to push the limits of the car's performance, we did enjoy seeing Lewis, who had never driven an EV before this trip, getting the chance to really open up when pulling out onto a slip road. We've taken liberty of making his reaction safe for broadcast.
Jeepers, that's rather impressive.
We're up to 110 kilometres an hour in absolutely no time.
Oh, that was good. Nice. Oh.
I'd say it's a pretty versatile car. We've done a lot of motorway driving, and that really does suck up the battery. We've done a lot of mountain driving, obviously going up the Alps, and that really nails the battery. It does not like going uphill, but coming downhill, it's been regenerating energy back into the battery. We drove for nearly an hour this morning and our battery percentage only dropped 2%, which is crazy.
So who would this car best suit? Well, I think we've really proven how durable and comfortable the Polestar 2 can be over long distances. So I would argue it's very suitable for families undertaking road trips, but is also a smooth operator when cruising around town, even if you are 1,850 metres up a mountain.